yo, blackness is not defined by struggle or poverty. It's not. To say someone isn't black because they didn't grow up poor reduces black identity to pain, and that's stupid. Being black is about shared history, cultural roots, etc., etc., etc. My mom and my dad did not have the life that I have right now. They worked their asses off to give me the opportunities that I have today. I want to do the same with my kids and future generations.
We're not doing that.
So what I'm saying is, right? It's no different than a person who can sit there and say, "Oh, I understand what you went through, but you never even been through it." You know what I'm saying? There's no.
No, I said empathy, not sympathy.
No, it's no empathy either, because at the end of the day,
that's exactly what empathy is.
I know what empathy is. I know exactly what empathy is. I have a degree in human resources and sociology and psychology, so I understand what you're saying. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is people who say they have empathy don't really know what that is because they haven't understood any real trials and tribulations to that degree. So I understand you're just saying.
How do you know what I've went through?
Bro, I just asked you.
Because I didn't grow up in the hood and sell drugs. I went through
Yeah, hold on. Wait.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm stating the fact that you haven't went through what most
80%
of black. No, what 80% of black Americans go through. The 13% that you claiming you know about went through. That's what I'm saying.
Even at 13%. Wait, what do you? So now you're acting like all black people in poverty commit crime now?
They all do. I know them all.
Get the fuck
they all do,
here, bro.
You just said poverty. You just said that people in poverty, they commit crimes because of their situations. You just said people in poverty is,
and you took that as to mean all black people in poverty commit crimes.
Well, they do. That's the only way you survive in poverty. That's how I know you're not from it.
But the thing is, wait, hold up. Come out.
On his face.
Come out.
What the fuck? Unless you're talking about stealing candy. The fuck are you talking about?
Hold up. Candy a crime?
Hold up.
Yes.
I had a nigga that went to. I had a homie of mine that went to jail for stealing a fucking do-rag and some Mentos, nigga.
No, fair, bro. But Vibe, keep in mind, like just because I grew up in the suburbs or whatever, that doesn't mean. I mean, shit. I had family members that were in those circumstances. It's not like just because we haven't gone through it doesn't mean we don't acknowledge it. Like I most definitely acknowledge it.
Bro, you acknowledge it because you want to be a part of the Negro bourgeoisies who feel like they have to be accepted by the black community, bro. I don't
feel like I have to be accepted by the black community because I am the black community. You know why? Because everybody. How the fuck are you gonna tell me I'm not black?
Let me ask you a question.
I'm trying to get clips, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Now let me ask you a question. And I ask this question to a lot of people, right? Right? If you really gang, right? Let's set up a time for you to come out here, right? To Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm at. Let's go over to Zone 6, bro. Let's hang out over there for a few hours, bro. And you introduce yourself to the hood and let people know that you really, you know what I'm saying, you have empathy for them. You know, you want to see them out of the hood.
How the fuck would I do that? They would look at me like, who the fuck is this square? No, they would look at me like, who the fuck is this square? Why would I just randomly go to Zone 6 and be like, hey,
my nigga. Not even believe you by laying out that scenario. What is that?
Hey, my nigga, I feel bad for you. I live in the suburbs.
Introduce yourself. What is that?
What
is that?
Hold on.
What type of scenario was that?
But this is what I'm saying. There's more of those people, that 80% that I'm talking about that lives in those areas that you're fucking afraid to go to, than there are of you. Period.
What the fuck?
Based on the
what is the point?
Based on the numbers that you're saying, you're not of the black community that you're out here defending. You're not of it.
I don't. First of all, I don't feel like I have to be a part of anything to defend it if I think it's something to defend. What is this logic?
Let me put this into perspective. Hold up. Let me put this into perspective, right?
I'm not. I didn't grow up in the hood, so I can't see people for who they are because I didn't grow up in the hood.
Let me put this into perspective.
Where this conversation went to you, bro?
Nicole is funny. That's your wife, right? Nicole, somebody's wife is funny.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
I'm sorry. I thought somebody. Okay, my bad.
She a homie.
Yeah, she a
Hey,
homie.
shout out to Nicole. He gangster now. 10 minutes ago, he had a degree. I can show it to you. It's hanging right here. I can show it to you. You know?
He's multifaceted, but let me put this into perspective because I think I understand what Vibe is trying to tell y'all is this. When we think about empathy versus sympathy, and I think a lot of people, whether they know the definition of empathy or not, I think what people are actually doing is sympathizing, because if you truly have empathy for people that are living in these situations, you would not allow them to continue to feed into a culture or into a propaganda that is negative for them, right? Let me put it into example for you. When we talk about rap music and we talk about the rap music and you're saying, oh, they're just rapping about their experiences, this, that, and the third. All right. Well, if we think about manifestation, when you are constantly saying something over and over again, you are in the process of manifesting. Okay. And if we are going to continue to manifest hood shit by continuing to spread hood shit, then we're not really going to fix the problem. And see, this is why I say it is sympathy and not empathy, because sympathizing is, yeah, man, tell your story. We want to hear where you come. We want to hear what you're going through. Tell your story about how you were slanging drugs and how you had to fuck that bitch and how you had to kill that nigga, how you had to do that. Tell your story. It matters. We need to hear what's going on in the streets. That's sympathy. Okay, that's ear hustling onto somebody else's bullshit. Now, empathy is, nigga, pull your motherfucking pants up. Get your shit together. Get a real job. Okay, get a real motherfucking job.
No. I just got a crazy notification, bro. I'm trying to fix it. Yeah.
And stop pushing forth bullshit in the music. Stop fucking talking about all this hood shit. Nigga, Kendrick ain't been in the hood for how long? And he's still rapping about the shit? Rap about something new. Rap about where you're at now. Something that is more positive. But no, we want to get into this loop of, oh, we got to rap about we got to tell them about the struggle. How much more telling about the struggle do we have to fucking do? Once you paint the picture that the grass is motherfucking green, now we need to move on to some new shit, okay? We don't need to keep going over the same shit over and over again, calling it empathizing with people's situations because they grew up in poverty or they came from poverty. No, if we really give a damn about the culture or give a damn about these people living in these situations and are not just giving, lip service to it, we will tell them the real shit, okay? All these fucking gangbangers that a lot of black people be protecting, okay? There's a lot of black people out here that will protect gangbangers. Stop doing that shit, okay? They are a cancer to the society. If we really have empathy for these people, we would designate them as domestic terrorists and then treat them as such. It is empathy. Let me explain to you how. Because if I understand that what you've been living through is a literal hell, then I'm going to understand that, hey, we need to be solution-based. We need to fix
exactly what I said. All y'all doing is chastising. When I said, I literally was giving solutions to the issue, and y'all like, no, tell black people to pull their pants up. Pulling your pants up ain't changing shit. I said, let's try to fix education. I said, invest into these communities.
At the same time, while you're promoting
stop rapping and pull up your pants.
At the same time,
while you're broke.
Listen, at the same time, while you're
uneducated.
Right, but you're still promoting Sexy Red and shit like that in a community, for a community that I'm telling you I've experienced,
talk about what
bro.
I said? I didn't say nothing about Sexy Red. Address what I said.
No, you said it on the last podcast, and you said it earlier. Why go for the low-hanging fruit when I'm telling you, based on the culture, this is part of the problem.
She's No, I'm saying y'all, all you're doing is chastising. You're not putting any solutions out. Sexy Red, fuck her. Kendrick ain't talk about shit. Fuck him. That's not a solution.
That's the solution.
Can I make a quick point about Kendrick? And Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
I love that album.
Yeah, that entire album was basically about mental health. I
love that album. The album was amazing. No, like I would never shit
about the hood. I mean, you didn't say it, but she said he still rap about the hood, and that was the album that everybody shitted on. But
yeah, I love that album.
No, I love that album. The album is pretty dope. I love the message he had in there.
I'll put it like this, okay? If you could go and you could build me the best bridge, the most amazing bridge that ever existed, you suck one, you're a dick sucker. So that's all I'm saying, okay? If he didn't want to be known as rapping about hood shit, then he shouldn't have rapped about hood shit.
He rapped about observing it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much.
He rapped about breaking into houses and the shit that he done. He rapped about having his niggas go fuck up Drake. He had to, you know what I'm saying? He can't come back to the city because we gonna shoot up another nigga. Like, he rapped about this in the last album. So don't say he didn't rap about this shit. He's perpetuating more violence just like more people, because that's what he had to do to make that bag and become number one. And I respect that. It is what it is. He did what he had to do. It's bigger than that. And this is why I said, bro, I'm done fixing the building. Everything I said gonna come out of my mouth is gonna be detrimental to the black community. So my point is,
it's
gonna be detrimental. Because the only way I can help them,
you just bitching about what?
No. Because see, this is what I'm saying. What you know about me, Logic? What do you know about me personally?
Not that much.
Exactly. So the actions that I do outside of what you hear me speak is for what you're stating. No, it's my actions are going to be 10 times bigger than my words will ever be.
I'm not denying that you do anything. I literally just said, what are we doing? Because right now, you can tell me what you do or have done, and if you would like, you don't have to.
And every time I open my mouth to have these every time I open my mouth to have this kind of conversation about black culture, about black communities, or whatever the fuck we want to call this, it's always going to be in a detrimental form. It's always going to be to on the shit that was experienced and the shit that is being experienced for kids and younger kids right now. They can hate me, I don't give a fuck. But what I am doing is putting in actual work to change shit. I don't go around here promoting this shit. That's what you won't hear me do, is promoting this.
Well, we had talking, I don't promote it. And you could say what you're doing, especially because I'm putting out suggestions and asking your suggestions. All you've been doing is chastising.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't speak on it because talking don't get anything done when it comes to how we fix something. The conversation was, is it bad or good? The conversation wasn't wrapped around how do we fix it.
Well, the conversation is progressing as well.
I mean, it's kind of stagnant, but I mean, it's a good stagnation.
Because you wanted to.
Yeah.
If you don't want to progress it, then it's going to be stagnant.
All right, how do we progress? All right, ask me a question on how do we progress it that's not wrapped around on how do I fix it.
I don't know. Me personally, it feels like we are not going to come to a consensus and we're going to keep going around in circles. I could be wrong.
No, you're wrong. You're definitely wrong, because I don't want to ask me a question about how I can fix it. State how you would fix it. Really fix it.
Those are my ideas.
I understand that you said that we could be doing something like this and that, but you never stated on what you would do.
You as an individual.
First of all, this is the topic of this conversation. My whole identity doesn't revolve around saving black people. That's just what we're talking about. Okay. You seem, I don't know, I could be wrong. You might be more passionate about this than me. I'm not that passionate about making my life dedicated around fixing the black struggle.
So why talk about it?
I just said that's the topic of this conversation.
No, I'm saying, but you talked about it as if the stats that you were speaking about, the disproportionate shit, actually fucking matter to you. So you're saying now they don't matter.
I didn't say, wait, so it's either you can't talk about something unless you only care about it?
When you're speaking when you're speaking in a format of protecting one side, that means you're protecting it. You're protecting a side. Saying is disproportionate means you stand up for what they are going through.
It means I'm acknowledging a statistical fact.
No, you're acknowledging something someone told you, but you really don't care about it.
No, I'm acknowledging a statistical fact because I was addressing something you said that was incorrect.
All right, but how can it be incorrect, brother? Listen what I'm saying, right? All right, what is your favorite color?
Purple.
Pink. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Green? Purple. Favorite color, purple, right? If everything in the world was blue, how would you feel about it? You never seen your favorite color. How would you feel about it?
Wait, have I seen it before to know it's my favorite color?
Well, you seen it once. You fell in love with it, right? But you never get to see it again. Would you want to see it again?
Preferably.
Preferably, right? Because you love it. That's your favorite color. You want to see it again. If you really stand for something, bro, and that means the numbers you're spewing, talking about disproportion of a certain race or a group, you don't just say that because you want to talk about numbers. You're saying that because you deep down feel something for it. You're connected to it.
Bro, that analogy didn't make any sense, bro.
Based on the fact that you have a passionate speech about this thing being this way, the same thing like last week. Are you saying that you really don't care about if trans kids don't actually care if they are complaining? No, those numbers don't make sense. Kids don't complain about transitioning because that's only a small proportion. You're speaking on these things as if you really have some way about them. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying fuck these things because I really I really don't care, or I really care. I'm saying these things because I'm like, fuck this shit. This shit ain't working. Fuck this shit. I'm not spending no more time when I really care. So all I'm saying is, you can like something, you can really love something and speak on it passionately, or you can just speak on something passively and say, oh, that makes sense. I can understand why that's that. Oh, wow, we need to look into this more. But you're speaking on it as if you really care about disproportion. Am I wrong? He's speaking like he really care about black culture. Am I wrong?
I'm not gonna let something that's not true fly. That was what that was mostly about. But
how
again,
you know that's true
topic,
or not?
That's the topic of this conversation, and I'm engaged in the conversation, bro. This is such a tangent. Like I'm engaged in the conversation, and now you're like, why are you engaging in this conversation so passionate? Like, we talking about it. Come on, man. Like we talking about it. I'm engaged in the conversation full-throatedly.
What I'm saying, I don't understand. I don't understand why. It's my only question. I don't understand why defend something that you're really not that passionate about.
I'm not passionate to the point that I'm out here every day like the black activist. There's a range, there's a spectrum like autism. It's not you either all out or nothing. It's not. So
but shouldn't it be that way?
No, I don't agree with that.
No. Okay. Okay. What about you, Watts? You agree that you should be all in or not at all?
I don't think the world is black and white. No.
So based on that, so y'all I don't even know if I should even believe you, Sandra. Should I even believe them when they say they're down that hill if a civil war broke out? Because it don't sound like they really.
You said I had to choose a side. My real side is I wouldn't do it. You said if I have to choose a side, my real stance is I wouldn't want black and white people to go to war. You're not gonna catch me up on any contradictory stance.
It's about wanting the war. It's not that wasn't the premise of wanting or not wanting the war. That wasn't the premise.
That's how I truly feel. But he said I had to choose one.
No, but that's not the premise of the question. The question wasn't whether you want it. It's not whether or not you want it, but then don't bring that up then, because it's irrelevant.
He answered the question. No, he just tried to say, then why would they choose black people if you don't care? I had to make a decision.
This is where the disconnect is, because you had said something to the effect of, I don't want a war between black and white people, but that wasn't the premise of the conversation. The war is happening. That's the premise of the conversation.
But he previously answered the question before. He did.
I didn't avoid it.
This is where Vibe's point comes in. Okay, if you're going to choose black on that side, then there has to be some level of passion there. If you're choosing the black side of it, okay, then.
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't think there are levels to this shit?
No,
there are literally levels.
No, so you're saying there's levels to how much you're involved in civil activism?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're only putting in the amount that doesn't get you hurt.
What? Whatever. If that's what your barometer is, then yes, I'm putting in enough to not get me hurt. If that's how you feel, yeah.
Because I mean, you're obviously not trying to go to Zone 6 and preach change.
No. Hold on. Time out. Wait. No.
You're not trying to go to Zone 6 and collectively get people together to understand what's really at stake. So
no.
You're talking about disproportion when it comes to police brutality, but you're really not passionate about it. You just want to have some nice facts and to look shiny on the desk and stand and be able to collectively stand amongst real black people, because you're not really black. You're not.
Yo, that's really black. That is actually fucking asinine. Hold up. Vibe. First of all, hold up. No, you talk. I let you talk. Let me talk.
I'm good.
I let you talk. First of all, your example or random hypothetical about Zone 6, it was crazy, because why the fuck would I randomly go to Zone 6 and be like, hey, my nigga, look, I know you out here. I'm not. I live in the suburbs. I'm good, and you not. I have no reason to. I'm not saying. Let me talk.
Martin did it. Malcolm did it.
Let me talk.
Not in the fashion of what you talking about, bro.
Yes. I'm not opposed to going to Zone 6. If I had a friend, if I had family members that lived in Zone 6, I would visit them because that's where they live.
So you don't feel safe amongst your own people?
Say that again, you broke up.
You don't feel safe amongst your own people?
I didn't fucking say that. I just don't have a reason to go to Zone 6. I don't have a reason to go to India.
I said I wanted to take you, bro, so you can, But
you said you wanted to take me so that I can explain to you. I can explain to them what I explained to you, that I have empathy. Why the fuck would I do that? But also, let me just say this. Blackness is not defined by struggle or poverty. It's not. To say someone isn't black because they didn't grow up poor reduces black identity to pain, and that's fucking stupid. Being black is about shared history, cultural roots, etc., etc., etc. My mom and my dad did not have the life that I have right now. They worked their asses off to give me the opportunities that I have today. I want to do the same with my kids and future generations from time to time after time. I want to make sure everybody has a better life. Does that mean they're not black because they have a better life because I was able to provide that for them? No, it's fucking stupid.
You said you went to a PWI, right?
Yes.
Which means that you have a shared culture with mostly white people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You have a shared history.
Oh my God.
Listen, you grew up creating a shared history for your fucking kids.
I really hope you're trying to look for clips, bro. There's no way you just did that.
What are you talking about? Because even though I went to a PWI, my entire friend group was black. My entire friend group was black. I hang around black people. I have black friends.
You said shared history though, right?
Oh my God. Wait, 4 years of your life is history? 4 years of life is history?
Who are you sharing your history with?
You're talking about 4 years of somebody's life, right? 4 years?
It's history.
Maybe
it's
5?
History, ain't it?
Maybe
it's
5?
History, right? It's history, right?
So 5 years of your life trump everything else?
A lot can happen in 5 years. Hold up. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna reduce time down to, it just happened in 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years.
The rest of your life.
It can. It possibly can. People can go through a major change in the matter of.
Okay, so
wait, hold up. People can go through a major change in the matter of a fucking month, and it could change the whole trajectory of the rest of their life. So we're not going to pretend like 5 years, it's not comparable to the rest of your life. A single second could change you from second could change you from an able-bodied person to a paraplegic.
Well, then I would say the moment that Vibe got out the hood, he wasn't black because he's saying this bullshit. I would say that. If that's what we're going off of.
Sandra, I hear you.
Let's fucking do it.
But Sandra, I hear you. But what I was talking about had nothing to do with what you just said, because even though I went to a PWI, my friend group was black. I specifically hung around black people because we could relate.